Do you actually stand up for yourself? Like, genuinely, stop and think for a second. Do you actually stand up for yourself? And I don't just mean against rude people, I mean standing up for yourself in everyday scenarios, whether it be your friends or even family. Because personally for me, I was the quiet kid. I rarely even talked, let alone spoke up for myself. If anyone asked me any questions, even if I disagreed or didn't want to do it, I would always say yes. Heck, if some kids asked for permission to bully me, I most likely would have said yes. Because I didn't want people to hate me. I didn't want to be an issue. But then something happened. At the beginning of last year, in front of 1,000 students, 3 graduating students from last year were getting interviewed. The idea was to ask them about how they were productive so we could all replicate their strategies. The first 2 were just some random NPCs, but the last guy caught my eye. Not because I thought he was attractive, but because of what he said during his talking. He talked about how he made the wrong friends and got into some bad habits, smoking and vaping. He went on to explain how he started meditating and writing in a journal every day to help with his addiction. The entire student body couldn't stop laughing at him. I was thinking, what the heck is wrong with people in my school? All the guy was doing was giving his advice, which you asked for. But everyone else was just laughing at this guy for meditating and journaling. They simply found it amusing. I was honestly shocked that people reacted in this way, but then again I really shouldn't have. After all, it was a room full of high schoolers. I remember I just tried to keep my head down because I didn't want people to see I wasn't laughing my head off like everyone else. But that didn't work. Pretty soon my friends were also laughing and I had no choice except to play along. But I really wish I had. At the time, self-improvement was something I'd heard about online. I was at that stage of consumption where I was watching every single self-improvement video I came across. But I was starting to take action. Journaling was something I'd actually just picked up at the time. Literally 4 days ago. Instead of laughing at him, I should have stood up for him. For starters, it's not only the kind thing to do, but it aligned with my identity, with who I am. If you let people walk all over you once, you'll let them do it again. They'll know you're an easy, agreeable target who'll never even complain, never even fight back. If I would have defended myself, then there's even a chance someone else would have had the guts to agree with me. But I didn't value myself, so I didn't stand up for myself or my beliefs. Instead, I laughed at them. But the guy on stage, the guy getting interviewed, he was different. He just laughed it off and stood his ground. He recommended we all try it out, that there was no harm in giving it a go. His confidence was actually ridiculous because this is in front of hundreds of students and all of his past teachers. Even though he was just laughed at by all of those people, he still radiated confidence. Now, standing up for yourself isn't just about standing up in front of bullies or rude people, because it's easy to disagree with people you don't like or don't seek their approval from. But friends are different. It's even harder to stand up for yourself in front of friends because you want them to like you. But that's just a lie, a facade. There's no point in making up a fake character for people to like because you'll end up with no one's approval. It's far better to simply be your true, authentic self. If people like you, then great, they'll actually be similar to you. If not, that's okay, because not everyone will like you. If someone actually doesn't want to be friends with you because they disagree with you standing up for yourself and trying to be authentic, then that's probably not a friendship you want anyway. That's why now I tell my friends no, I don't want to go out and do this thing just because I have that time slot free. I tell my friends no, I actually don't want to stay up until 1 AM gaming. I tell my friends no, I don't want to goof off in class, instead I want to focus. Because I've now stood up for myself, they acknowledge and respect my choice, even if they don't fully understand it. Every time I think back to this guy, I really look up to him. He was one of the top 3 students in his graduating year, ripped as hell, and to top it off, he had an immovable belief in himself. What could possibly be more badass than standing up for what you believe in? After all, if you think about it, standing up for what you believe, isn't that just what almost every warrior throughout history did? Like, damn. I want you to just think of one thing you can stand up for yourself. Maybe it's being honest and saying no when you don't want to go to events. Maybe it's saying, you know what, I do actually like this music more, even if the person you're talking to hates it. Maybe it's telling a friend, hey, that thing you're doing is really annoying me. Could you stop? Just something to stand up for yourself. Because if you don't stand up for yourself in the little things, then how can you stand up for yourself in the things that matter? Keep your sword sharp. Bye bye.